guys, it's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video is going to be a tag video. I was tagged by Jessica from Beauty and Baseball to do the the Panning Pro tag. This is a tag video. I think it's been out for a while now, close to a year that this came out. But she tagged me in her video. She did it not too long ago, and I decided to go ahead and do this nonetheless. So it's 10 questions. I think the creator of this was Jacqueline from Fort Worth Famous, or Jacqueline Levine. I think she changed her channel name. But it's 10 questions, and they all have to do with panning. And since like 95% of the content in my channel is from Project Pan, so I figured this would be a great tag to do. So I'm just gonna get started. I have my little notebook here with the questions. Number one, how did you learn about Project Pan, and what was your first impression? When I first heard about Project Panning, it was like 6 years ago, maybe, like way back in the day. I heard it from Elle Fowler. Her channel is All That Glitters 21. I'm sure you guys all know who she is. She was very, very big back then. She was one of the original YouTubers, I think, in the beauty community. But back then, Project Pan was Project 10 Pan. It was always Project 10 Pan, where you pick 10 items. And the catch with this was that you couldn't buy any items until those 10 products were done. Completely done, completely finished. My collection was very small back then. I wasn't, the like makeup collector that I am now. It was more like just buy what you use every day. I think my whole makeup fit like in a little cosmetics bag, and that's it. That's all the makeup I owned. So I didn't think much of it, really. I just thought it would be fun, and I don't know what to say, indifferent, but I didn't think much of it. I did attempt it once, like back then, way back then, but like any project panner, when they began, you use things that were not realistic, and then you were stuck with one item for like 4 months and you couldn't finish it. Like I said, back then you couldn't buy anything new until you finished all 10, so it was kind of a failure. And then I stopped project panning a few years after that. But yes, Elle was the first one. Number two, what is the hardest thing to pan, and what is the easiest thing to pan? For me, the easiest thing to pan are lip products, especially lip glosses, because I just constantly reapply. I've said it before, I'm a chronic reapplier. I apply when I get in the car, before I get out of the car, when I go to the restroom, after I eat, every so often when I'm in my office, anywhere really. If I'm gonna go meet someone at the movies, I'll put it on, and then after we leave the movies, put it on again. I'm always reapplying. So for me, lip products are not very hard to pan. The hardest thing that I have panned is my Too Faced Chocolate Slate bronzer. I think that's on everyone's list. You guys know those things take forever and forever and forever to pan. They're just, I don't know, they're just very hard. They're very tightly packed, and they're very pigmented, and you just don't need that much to put on your face. And yes, that is definitely the hardest thing I have ever had to pan. Yes, I'm sticking with that. Number three, have you attempted Pan That palette? Yes, I have. This is the second year that I am doing Pan That palette. The first year that I attempted was 2 years ago, and that was a massive fail. Then last year I chose face palettes, and I did really good with that. And then this year I'm doing a face palette and a lip palette. So I seem to be doing okay so far with those. So yes, I have, and I would continue. I think maybe for next year too. Number four, has panning affected buying habits? It kind of did at first, but then I go like into phases. There are some phases where even if I'm not project panning, I don't buy anything. And then there are some times when I'm project panning and I feel like I'm so deprived of trying new items that I go just crazy buying new items. So I guess my mood affects my buying habits more than project pan. I guess that's my answer. Yes. Are we good with that? Number six, where do you get your panning inspiration / motivation? I have watched a lot of ladies here on YouTube that are really good at project panning, but I have to say that my project pan queen has got to be Cherish from Pretty Pistol 80 something. I can't remember the exact number. But I started watching her about 2 or 3 years ago, maybe. I can't exactly remember when and how I found her. I think it was just one of those times when you're just like watching YouTube videos and then you go from one video to another, and then 20 videos later you end up somewhere you have no idea how you got there. But she just impressed me she introduced me to repressing items. There's a lot of people that when there's product at the end of the rim, they count it as done and they toss it. With her, I discovered repressing items, and that like took panning to like a whole new level for me, because I was one of those people that when the powder product is on the rims and I can't really quite get it with a brush, then I called it quits. And I just found it very motivating that she actually finished every single ounce of product in her products, and I just found it, I was just like in awe when I discovered her. So it's gotta be her. Number 7, what is your favorite thing about the panning community? I think that most of the people in the panning community are very encouraging. People are always like, even if it's a little progress, they're like, cheering you on, like, hey, progress is progress. Keep on doing, work hard on it, and congratulations, you finished. We're always like cheering each other on. And everyone's overall just very nice and accepting. There's no like trying to impress anybody because you're working with your collection and what you can do with it. And I just like that, I don't want to talk bad about anybody, but I just feel like the panning community is not about impressing and having the latest. It's about staying true to who you are and liking what you do and just working with what you have, not necessarily trying to do what everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? Number 8, if you're currently project panning, what is giving you the most trouble? Oh, I have to say my Benefit Highbrow pencil. That's in my Project Pan Roulette. I will leave it linked up here if you guys haven't seen that. But oh my gosh, that is that pencil is in the product you have a love-hate relationship with, and I really don't care for it. But I have a thing about decluttering that I just like. Not that I'm against decluttering, but like it bothers me to declutter something. So I'm like trying to use it up as much as I can, and I've been putting it off. Maybe if I used it, it wouldn't give me so much trouble, but the fact that I don't quite like it, that's why it's giving me such a hard time. Oh, I think I skipped the question. What do you plan to pan next? It's kind of hard to tell because I have 2 project pans going on right now, 2 seasonal project pans, and then I have a rolling roulette style project pan. So almost every month I have to pull out something new. So it's kind of hard to say, but for the seasonal challenges, I have been playing with kind of like 2 ideas that I'll probably start like in the summer, fall, just because like I said, I have 3 going on right now. So yes, I'm playing with ideas of what products I could use and like a little theme here or there. But yes, I'll keep you guys posted. So you guys are gonna have to keep on watching. Number 9, how long do you plan to project pan? I think as long as I'm still enjoying it and I don't feel burned out, I think I'll still keep doing it. I don't think anybody here is like, okay, I'm gonna project pan just for the next year and that's it. I think once you realize what you can finish and you have that momentum going, I think you just get inspired and you want to do more and more and more and more. And as long as I don't feel burnt out, I'm gonna keep doing it. And the last one is, would you recommend panning to others, and how would you describe it? I wouldn't recommend panning to anybody or everybody. People there are some people who would like to have a lot of stuff. If using up your things, if you're concerned about your products going bad, or if you want to kind of come to a realization of how long it actually takes you to use up your products, that is a big eye-opening. It's a big quick way to open your eyes to how long it actually takes you to use up an item, because sometimes we go crazy, guys. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've bought like 7 blushes lately. I know how long it takes me to go through a blush, but anyway, I don't know if I've answered the question. Hopefully I have, but yes. That's it, guys. Those are the 10 questions in this tag. Because this tag has been out for a while now, I started looking up on YouTube and I saw that some of the people that I would have thought of tagging have already done this. So I'm not going to tag anyone in specific, but if you haven't done it, consider yourself tagged by me and go ahead and answer these questions. I would like to know you guys' answers to these questions. And I think that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.